had 11 loan officers, 4 processors. I did real estate and mortgages, one-stop shop. In 2008, everybody knows what happened to the real estate market. It declined. I had to pull back out that corporate hat and run for cover, and I ended up landing myself at AAA Texas. So I was supposed to be passing through, but it didn't work so well. I ended up there for 9.5 years. They kept promoting me, so I kept taking the money. So I was there for way longer than I expected. I expected to get back out and start my entrepreneurial venture once again, but again, it took me for 9.5 years, and I finally jumped back out there in 2017. So I relaunched my company, Shea Real Properties, but I relaunched it as Shea Asset Management Group because by that time, I now had added on 10 years of financial experience. So instead of doing mortgages, I began doing real estate and financial, financial strategy. I'm like, my head is killing me and I'm trying to rush, so forgive me guys. And so I decided to do that combination instead. And it's been working very well. Because when you're in finances, most people want to do what? They want to invest in either stocks or real estate. So it's a perfect marriage. So my mission is to improve our relationship with money. That's the whole mission of my business. To help you grow your money, protect your money through real estate, insurance, and investments. What we're going to talk about today is identifying priorities, budgeting, credit and protection, saving, compounding interest, and taking next steps. So identifying your priorities. Determine what is most important to you and your family and your business. So where most of us in this room, we're entrepreneurs, we have to make sure that we are focused on what's important overall. And we're talking about balance. So we have to have a good, healthy balance with regards to family and business. Prioritizing your goals. Be prepared for conflicts in your goals. We set out on a mission, right? We may get detoured. Be prepared for that. Don't let it detour you permanently. When you're using your navigation system, you take a wrong turn, it's going to recalculate. But then you're going to get back on track. So it's the same thing with your finances and your business. Give yourself enough time to adjust and save. It's not going to happen overnight. So make sure you give yourself the leeway to take the time that you need to make the proper adjustments. Revisit your priorities every so often, at least once a year. Has anything changed? There's things that happen in life that change the course. We may have a child that we didn't have last year. We may have a child that has now gone off to college. So it's a variety of life-changing events that can happen that will cause you to have to shift your course. Consider creating a family, personal, and a business mission. A lot of us just create a business mission, but we should have a personal and a family mission as well. So let's talk about creating a budget. When we're budgeting, there's a variety of tools that we can use for budgeting, whether it's paper or electronic. Some of us old school, like me, I'm trying to get away from the ledgers, but it's a habit. I like the ledgers, okay? And then some of us just use our bank statements, electronic. Understand how much money is coming in, because without assessing how much money is coming in, how are you going to manage what's going out? Know where you are now so you know where you're trying to go. Create your track to run on, a direction to travel. Monitor and adjust at regular intervals. So a quick question. I'm not going to have time for you guys to answer, but just ponder. How do you currently track your spending? How do you track your personal? How do you track your business spending? If we're not tracking, that's probably an issue in itself. So, has what you're doing, has it been effective? And if not, it's time to make that shift. The median household income in Maryland is $75,847 per year. That's $6,321 per month, per household. Okay? What are we doing with that? If we're looking at, let's take 52 weeks. Okay? It's 52 weeks in a year. So if every week, we're saving $20. This is without any interest or anything, because you know you put it in the bank, what you getting? 0.00001. You come out negative. Okay. So we're just simply putting it in a bank account or a savings account. $20 a week. We're at $1,000 at the end of the year. $50. You know, look what if we're doing 150, right? Look at how fast that savings grows in depositing it. What's your habit going to be? Just develop one, right? And stick to it. See? Told you I'd do the same thing, Sakina. Hold on. Let me get it back. There we go. I did. All right. So let's add 2% on that. I took $20. $20 a week. That's $80 a month, right? You add 2% interest on that money. Now you're looking at 3 years. You're at $3,246. 6 years, you're almost $7,000, and 10 years, you're at almost $12,000. Just putting that $20 a month on a 2% interest rate. Now you fool with me, I'll probably get you 5, 6, 7%, but we're gonna be modest when we talk about this 2%, okay? So it's all relative. That's your compounding interest. That's what it does to that money. All right? So we could talk about various vehicles to get you that, then some. So when we're talking about budgeting, 38% of that, $63, almost $6,400 per month household income, about 38% of that goes to housing. That's your rent, your mortgage, utilities, things of that nature. About 20%, we're looking at transportation, your loan, your auto loan, gas, insurance, and all of that. About 12% go to food and groceries. Mine probably more like 17, 18%. 10% goes to tithes and giving, okay? Whether that's at church or, donations or what have you. About 10% there. And then 10% in savings. Make sure we're paying ourselves, right? So that $20 per week, then whatever that difference is. And then another 10% goes to miscellaneous. Your medical, clothing, debt, entertainment. Another question you guys can't answer. What is what is your gotta have? What is it that you can't live without? There you go. So she just gonna answer anyway, right? So what is your gotta have? Ponder that, right? Because if you don't make your gotta have it part of your budget's not gonna work. You're gonna be derailed because you're gonna be itching like a fiend. Gotta have something. Okay? So go ahead and make that a part of your budget so we don't have no issues. All right?
That's good.
So that's what I'm talking about.
Can you do that fiend thing again? That was really good.
So your needs versus your wants, right? So everything that we're talking about is that you gotta have it. You choose one. Everything is not a I gotta have it. You have to establish what is a need versus what you want to do. Okay? Now we may be able to put in there, okay, once a quarter you could have another 1 or 2, right? But constant on your budget, think of your gotta have it. Make it a part of it. Controlling your debt. Understanding good debt versus your bad debt. Now, the reason I want to focus in on this for a second is because I know a lot of us are looking at getting out of debt. I just want to be debt free. But there's a such thing as good debt. If you go a long time with no credit at all, what does your score do? It drops. Because you're not showing that you could consistently pay anything. Right? So you must have some debt, but make it good debt. And we'll talk about what that is. Assessing your credit report, make sure you're looking at that. Highlighting inaccuracies on your credit report. Since your credit score may impact your interest rate, it matters. So, request your annual report. I'm going to pull all these up. If you guys want, you could take a picture of this slide. It's basically telling you could get your annual credit report here at annualcreditreport.com. There's the phone number. You also can dispute directly with your credit bureaus. I put the phone number and the websites there so you could dispute negative, erroneous items on your credit report. Then there's a such thing as managing your credit report. When you're talking about managing your credit report, that's different than just looking at it and disputing. You want to manage how your credit score is, the various things that you're doing, how that affects your credit score. And I normally do this with creditkarma.com because it gives you recommendations as to what you can do to stimulate your credit report, your credit score, okay? So creditkarma.com. You also can look at it and stimulate your credit score by saying, well, what if I paid this off? What if I paid that off? What would that do to my credit score? Okay? So these are areas of controlling your debt. And since it impacts your, I said that part of it. All right. So credit guidelines, they go by your pay history. They go by the amount you owe, the length of history, the type of credit. There's a difference between your revolving credit and your installment credit. Revolving credit affects things more negatively because, it's resolving. Your installment are your fixed payments. So your auto loans, your personal loans, things of that nature. And new credit. So those are the percentages on how it affects your credit score, those items. So as you see, the most is your pay history and the amounts that you owe. You should be 30% or less of your credit lines. And that's going to have the greatest impact on your credit score. I hate I'm rushing because I love this topic. All right. Has anyone began to work on establishing your business lines of credit? I've added that. These are some things they look at when you're talking about establishing your business credit. They look at your if your revenue is stable. Okay, how consistent is your business income? Your business income statement they're going to request, or a balance sheet, your cash flow statement, profit and loss statement, business and personal tax returns. Personal finances directly affects your business credit. Okay, directly affects it. So you have to work on your personal when you're trying to establish your business. They're one and the same. Why? Because most lenders on your loan application, your business loan application, they're going to require that any owner that owns 20% or more in that business be a guarantor, especially when you're first initially starting out establishing your credit. So that's why your personal finances matter. They're going to ask you for your personal financial statements for each guarantor, 2 to 3 years of personal tax returns, and your business debt schedule. When are your bills due? Right? Versus how your income is coming in. 2 to 3 years business tax returns, or 3 years of projections. So if you're a startup business, it does not count you out, but you need to prepare your projections for the next 3 years, okay? To have that ready to turn in. 2 to 3 years of business financials. In particular circumstances, collateral may be required. So, complete a quick financial check-in on a regular basis. Think about the topics we discussed here today. Commit a small amount of time to your finances every month. Set realistic, attainable goals and hold yourself accountable. Stay vigilant and closely monitor your credit report. Your savings, your household savings goes up about 41% when you're using a financial advisor, whether that's me or someone else. My financial rehabilitation program helps you to identify your personal goals, your financial dreams. We help you outline your family obligations, analyze spending patterns, your income versus your expenses, review your debt, create plans to eliminate it, uncover strategies to reduce your taxes. That's important. Estimate, are you paying too much in taxes? Estimate your retirement living expenses. What does your retirement look like? Estimate your future retirement income. We assess all of that and do projections on all of that. Create your savings and investment plan to help you achieve your goals. And lastly, implement a plan to monitor your situation at least annually, or update it as needed based on your changing circumstances. I have written a book. It's called Wealth is a Mindset, Natalie. Wealth is a Mindset. I'm in publishing stages. It should be published and released by July, prayerfully by the conference. I'm taking pre-orders if anyone is interested. If you have any questions, I can't answer them because they cut me off. And it's not what you have, it's how you handle what you have. I offer a personal credit report, not a credit report, personal financial report. A sample of it is over here on my table if you would like to look at it, to see all the areas in which I cover for you. Thank you for lending me your ear.
Wait, you did that real fast. And she took her stuff. So I'm gonna forego my presentation because I gotta get you guys out of here. But listen, that's right. You are in business. How many of you need money? They're gonna make you personally guaranteed. They're gonna make you personally guaranteed. So you're gonna have to look at your finances. And I know a lot of people, I don't want to look at my finances because I know I ain't got no money. So now you just spoke death because remember, Natalie said stop speaking words over yourself. I'm rich. So you got to look at your finances. And people, if you're in business and you got some outstanding debts where people owe you money, you need to get with Dee. You need to get Dee's card before you get out of here.
And when you collect the money, let me help you.
Invest it. And I understand there are some banks out there that do, even on your savings. I just met a guy with PNC. We didn't have PNC in Texas. We just got I think they got 2.5% on savings accounts. You need to talk to Shaquille about that. So you can save some money and still earn some interest. I know, they're not doing a lot of that right now, but you're going to have to. And if you have a contract, you can borrow against it. There are so many different ways that you can get your hands on money and resources, but you got to talk. The common thread that you've heard here today is that you need to seek professional help. Right? You need to seek professional help. Right? You got some people that owe you money. You don't want to break their legs and call, Ray
or
them
put them on a Ferris
wheel.
Put them in a hostage negotiating situation.
Right. I was on Facebook pleading for help. I had all these people trying to come get me in Baltimore.
She really did. I promise you.
Next thing I know, she done blew up all over social media. Everybody asking her to come speak. I'm like, but she helped me hostage. I ain't got no speaking engagement.
How that work?
Right. So,
relational
Famous.
Carlo.
I don't know.
That's how it works.
The common thread is you need to get professional help. You need to get professional help. Everybody in here, you need to get professional help. I need help. Okay, now I was crash test dummy. That's really what I was. That's why I became a biomechanical engineer. That's a true story. I was a crash test dummy. So I offer mentoring. I don't do coaching. My mentoring is a little bit different. If anybody in here has gone through my mentoring, they know I give a lot of homework. Because my objective is not just to get you from point A to point B, but to open up my resources to you. And sometimes a mentor, different between a mentor and a coach is a mentor is going to a mentor should at least have some experience and have a successful and a sustainable business. All right? But we want to be able to open up our resources to you. A mentor will show you, we'll pick up the phone and make some calls for you. Right? We may use our resources for you. So there's a difference. So when you're asking for help, I'm a big proponent on asking for help. If there's an area that I lack in, and there's a whole bunch of them, I need to get help. And I need to get help from somebody who's an expert. If I need an attorney, I'm not going to go talk to my lawn care guy and call Pookie and them who've never run a successful business. Why do we go to people and ask for help that have never run a successful business?
Good question.
Right?
That's a great question.
Or we get mad at our family because they don't patronize our business.
They're not supposed to.
They're not. Dee, come on up here and help me, girl. They're not supposed. I got two brothers and one sister. If my family were my clients, I'd be out of business. Mm-hmm.
You will be broke.
I'll be broke. That's why I don't go home often. They leave with their hand. But thank you guys so much for coming out. We would love for you guys to come to Dallas, Texas in July for the Run Women's Conference at Dallas Cowboy Stadium. I do want to be the first black woman to sell out a football stadium. I really do. But not so much that it's the 30 speakers that we have is really for you. These people are experts in their industry, right? So they can, if my speakers, they can't teach you, they can't speak. So we're about teaching and educating you, because what, you teach a man or a woman to fish, we can, right? So it's not so much, not so much about motivating you. It's about teaching you something, to give you some skills, to introduce you to somebody that can change the total trajectory of your business. And what Sakina taught us tonight is that, as we all know, we got to be mentally, physically, and spiritually able to carry the vision anywhere. We talked about the vision in the beginning, but if you're not mentally healthy, if you're not physically healthy, there's no way you can run the race that we're talking about running today. You'll pass out. Right? Remember we talked about keeping up? You'll pass out because we're, as entrepreneurs, sometimes we got to repair the toilet, we got to answer the phone, we got to do our own websites, we got to do all this stuff ourselves. But I want to let you know that you are the answer. You are the answer. Whatever the businesses that you start, that God told you to start, you are the answer. Because you have the answer that I need. Right? I don't want to handle my own finances. I'll spend all my money on Starbucks, as she said already. Right? So I need to get with an expert. I need to get with an expert. Someone that can help me get my finances in order, because I have a plan B. There's some other place I'm trying to get to. And I know my little nickels need to be multiplied to the highest power. So that means I need to get with somebody that can help me. So if you didn't learn anything else today, you learned that you need professional help.
And
so,
eat cake.
Well, and white cake and buttercream frosting. So I want to thank you guys for coming. We all have books and products. Robert has a free offer for you in the back. Sakina's going to take y'all off sugar. Naomi's going to help you check your chickens. We got some stuff going on. So come see us. We'd love to talk to you. I do have mentoring. My mentoring is online. It's 6 weeks. Group mentoring is the funnest because everybody got to help each other. It's mandatory or else. And I give out a lot of homework, don't I?
Yes.
As a matter of fact, did you finish your homework?
I did.
Okay. All right, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Hey.
Hey. Ooh.
Done. We got through it.
Fast as I
Ma'am. Yes.
And also, where are you parked?
Right around the corner. I'm going back to Frederick.
Oh. Okay. I have a proposition for you.
What?
Because I know you said that we needed to talk afterwards, right?
Yes.
I'm parked in the garage. I will drive you to your car.
My car is literally right next door.
I just didn't want to walk all the way there by myself.
I have an hour from here, so I'm going back to Frederick like now, and I have to be in Alexandria.
Oh my. Okay.
So, are you on Facebook?
I am.
All right, so let's go get your phone. Let's do the message thing now.
Great. Don't follow contract.
Oh yeah.
That's why I love it.
You kidding me? Yep, now what happened? Okay, gotta do this. Got my pictures. Yeah. That's turned off the Wi-Fi. I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, I know. Here's my picture.
They're still doing that? Are you serious? We're going to South. We know we got them. Go to Mississippi. I went to
Okay.
Good, that'll be a great
So, It's Chef Evelyn. Is her name. But if you say, ask me, hey D, who's Chef Evelyn? That's what I'm do it now. Chef.
So we've already checked into the hotel. So we just have yeah. I'll count it, but yeah.
She's in Dallas. Where are you? You here? Okay. But
Come back here and just let me know.
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a little message to introduce you guys.
Thank you so much. I'm not doing the PT.
Yep.
Wait on it there.
I have your card. I took your card off the table. Are you online?
I am online.
Okay, but I'll give you the card. Yep.
Yes, I saw you out there. Yeah, trying to get things together. I know. Yeah. Okay. And when I saw you all out there, I'm like, oh, that's got to be Shirley. Very cool. We're talking on the second
Yes,
floor, right?
we're talking. So you wanted my card or scan? Which would you prefer?
My scan.
Let's scan. Okay,
Yes.
I'll scan.
I have to go back from that.
You're here. Are you here?
I'm in Virginia.
You're not in Fairfax.
I'm in
Right. I work down in Virginia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I have to.
I know.
Unfortunately, I have to be there tomorrow. I was like,
You should probably stop by.
It is, and I was talking to you before. I see
in Fairfax.
It's gone.
Okay. So here.
We had to wave at each other. Oh, I think I waved at you. Did you wave at me?
So here.
I think I did.
Oh, okay,
Take that.
okay.
I have your card. Matter of fact, I did.
Because you're in my area, I think there could be some opportunities.
You see, I'm moving, you see how big
Yes.
But,
You just your phone died. You got it. Okay.
yeah,
All right.
my phone died,
So make a note. I have you. Yes.
yeah.
And yes, I'm usually I'm only, I telework 2 days a week, so I have, unfortunately, messed up because I'm going to the Capital Jazz Festival and I was like, how did I forget to make sure I telework on Friday? And he texted me while I was there. Seriously? So I said, hey, come in at 9. He's like, I'm like, someone who's at 9. I'm out at 2. Done. So,
I forgot all of my suggestions.
and I've had my tickets for a minute. I just forgot to make sure that I wasn't going into work because my plan was to log on, go to sleep, log on tomorrow, go back to sleep, and then right and be done. I'm like, I'm so done, but it's all good because it will be fun. I'll see Dr. Cass on Saturday after the thing. But yeah, tomorrow night is. Yeah, I'll see you Saturday. Saturday, yes.
Let's get real.
Yes. Remember before I took you out, before you were held hostage? I have my picture with the orange. Huh? Yeah. Yeah. I got a copy of the book. She signed it. Then I took pictures. Then I took her on the hostage negotiation experience.
I like that.
She's funny.
Read the book first, and then I'll
Yeah. Well, it's true. And that's what I'm doing. Literally going on the ride with her last. God has opened up some amazing doors. So right now I'm in the training of Black Women Startup. I teach startups online, Facebook. How to actually I deal with the cash flow issues with it. Next month, entrepreneur elevation. So 30 of us will be able to do for team entrepreneurs like our particular. already friends.
I think our friends are too.
We are. I checked earlier.
Okay, so go to Messenger. Nope, not Facebook. Messenger.
Well, he can go to Facebook and then go and click on the messenger
Oh,
button
yeah,
there.
that's good. Okay, there you go. So add your phone number already up.
Your conversation is good.
There you go.
Because
Now way back.
was in trainer.
And then go to Facebook. Okay.
So you talk to me.
And you're doing that on Maryland.
I do it on Facebook.
Okay. Yay, everywhere.
Well, I just because I own a radio station doesn't make me technology. You like Cheyenne? All right, yeah, I'm gonna be, so this is an example that I do. I appreciate it.
Hey Naomi,
So that happens.
can you turn off my Wi-Fi?
So when
Can you give me unhook my Wi-Fi?
they are always updating.
Can you bring it to me?
Yeah, because we connected last year. And I sent you information. I sent you this list when you talk.
Can you get my Wi-Fi from Naomi?
So what you need, Dr. Cass, before I get on the road? Huh? Yeah, because I have like an hour's drive. And no, what do you need? Because I wasn't gonna. Huh? You got help?
Was that helpful for you?
It definitely was. And I need a mentor. That's why
We all do.
we all need a mentor. It's not that I got whatever on the table.
I want to thank you for your help.
Oh, thank you, Marvin. I appreciate it. Let me get you on my card. We'll be talking though soon.
Absolutely. You'll have a good night. First class and another class. So I